Good morning, it's Jose Bonilla here. Just wanted to tell you why I decided to join Visalus and start the 90-day Body by Vi challenge. Of course, several years ago, I was in excellent health. I got like a 12:45 on my PT run there, so of course I maxed it out. I was maxed out my push-ups and sit-ups. I was doing extremely well. I can play basketball all day. I can play with my kids all day. I had no problems. All right. Now, while I was training, doing on a simple little ruck march, just put a little backpack. It's pretty much just like hiking. I just put a backpack on there, and I didn't have but more than 35 pounds on my back. And we went for, I don't even think it was maybe 3 or 4 miles. It wasn't long at all. But we was actually close back. We were on our way back. I was maybe 100 meters away from stopping, And of course, I was not paying attention. I was laughing around my friends because I was so physically fit. It wasn't affecting me any. So I was just enjoying myself, having fun. So I looked back, talked to a friend of mine, and I stepped off the road, like I guess into the ravine there where the water goes by. And that wasn't maybe about 1/8 of an inch, or even that, maybe 1/2 an inch at maximum, right? But it was enough for when I turned back to talk to him to my left, stepped off. My backpack wasn't really secured properly on, my rucksack, and it slid to the right. All right. When it did that, it twisted my knee just like this, and then it bent it over. All right. So your knee it's made to go like this, right? All right, that's right. Well, mine ended up going like this, sideways. Can you see that? Made a 90-degree turn sideways. This is essentially what it looks like there. Boom. So it wasn't supposed to do that, man. I tore my knee up. I was in shock. It hurt like crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt like crazy. But it took me about 8 weeks for it to reconnect itself. Apparently, I tore my MCLs, the ligament that connects the knee on the right side. All right, and also shredded my meniscus. It's the cartilage in between your upper bone and your lower bone there on your leg. It's the easiest way to explain it without going in crazy detail about it. All right. So therefore, right now, I guess it wasn't too bad because I recovered. All right. 6 weeks later, I was very determined. I wanted to succeed. I still wanted to be in the Army, so I went ahead and I pushed myself. All right. I worked out in the water. Did all my crazy workouts anyway, slowly but surely, despite the pain anyway. And I couldn't really, my mobility from left to right was affected. I couldn't do that because, man, it hurt like crazy still. But I was able to run straight with no problem after about 6 weeks later. All right. And again, the MCL healed, but my knee made a lot of noise. The meniscus was still a little messed up, but they said I'll be fine. Okay, so I believed them. All right. So I came back again. I ran a 12:42. I did even better than my first time. I did 12:42 and then maxed out my pushes and sit-ups. I did extremely well. I did scored perfect on the PT test again. So I was able to successfully complete my school and I moved on. But with continuous training and I'm a very avid, physical fitness kind of guy. I like going out playing games, sports. It doesn't matter what it is: volleyball, basketball, football. Soccer. I do it all. When I was down in El Paso there, around a large Hispanic community, I ended up playing a lot of soccer. Just who I was. But of course, the Army still, requires us to do a couple of physical activities as well. But we pushed ourselves. We did a ruck march over that mountain over there in El Paso. We did like one every 4-day weekend. Right before the 4-day weekend came, there we was. All right. Ruck march over the mountain, came right back on down. Well, after doing that consistently for about maybe 2 years thereafter, I found myself in such pain that I couldn't even at times go upstairs, man. Like, it hurt just to put my leg on a 90-degree angle, step on a stair, and try to go up it. I couldn't do any high impact anything. So I started going to the doctor to say, "Are y'all sure there's nothing wrong with my leg? Because it hurts like crazy." All right. So eventually they did an MRI again, and they looked at it and they said, "Well, you got about 50% of your cartilage left, and it's supposed to look all smooth like this, Yeah, your knee is supposed to connect perfectly, just like that. All right. But yours looks like a spaceship like this." Okay. So, it's shredded.
That's what look. All right. Now, with that, when it moves back and forth, it causes a lot of pain and it inflames. I got all kinds of injections in my knee and all that, and I still have problems with it. So, long story short, in the very end, it's just that I'm limited to low impact cardio. That's essentially it. I may be able to tough it out for a couple miles on running, or maybe 10 minutes of playing basketball, or even 15 minutes of dancing or something. But I can't, even with bowling, I can do one game of bowling and it hurts. So I'm very limited as to what I can do, but I'm still gonna, and that's why I decided to join the 90-day challenge. Man, I was getting very depressed there. I gained a lot of pounds. I went from 180 pounds to 240. I did my first 90-day challenge, and I was able to get down to 220. All right. Of course, it's been the last 3 weeks in the holidays. I gained a few of those pounds back. Believe that. Now, so I'm ready to start my second 90-day challenge. Reason why I want to do it is because, I have a lot of girls, man, and they like to play volleyball. They like to do sports too, softball. They like to do cheerleading, dance, and all that. And I want to be there for them to participate in that as well. And also notice my health was failing. I felt my heart was, I'm having pains in my heart and all that. I'm breathing hard just to bend over and look underneath the couch for like my sandal or something. So I wanted to improve my health. That's number one. I want to live longer for my little girls. And my little boy there, I'm sure he wants to play football, basketball. He loves throwing balls already. So he's going to do one of those, football, baseball, right? So I got to be there for him as well. And also, there's a requirement, if I want to continue my, career in the Army, to go ahead and stay physically fit regardless. So I really haven't been doing that too well with my low impact cardio. So I went ahead and in my past experiences, I was actually a personal trainer. So I know a lot about eating healthy, eating well, but it's all about, discipline and, your confidence. There's a lot of things that goes into it besides just dieting, right? But I found Visalus. All right. Visalus is a great thing. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. And it's going to enable me to lose weight while I'm doing my low impact cardio. All right. And it is going to enable me to get back to my goal weight, and help me actually move around with the girls, be there for them later in life. I had an aunt that died from diabetes, so that runs in my family, and I definitely don't want to follow suit. I had another uncle that, he died of the same thing as well. His health failed him, and they were less than 50 years old. I want to be able to see retirement as well. That's why I joined Visalus and the 90-day body by challenge.